Hello everyone. Well, it's July 4th and so much has been going on the past few weeks for me that I thought it was time for an update. So, couple things. Let's see. First of all, well, let's see, what should I make first of all? Okay, first of all, the landlady has been house hunting. So I have gone with her, and the first house we looked at, I'll post some pictures of just some of the interior of the house. Probably while I'm talking, I'll post those pictures. And it was a beautiful house, but the garage was really small, so she couldn't turn that into an ADU for me. And she could put one in the backyard, but I think she decided, first of all, the house was just way out in the San Fernando Valley, and it was just not really a feasible thing. So, but the backyard was beautiful, and there were fruiting trees. There were probably 4 different fruit trees in the back, and just really nice. I mean, you could put an ADU and a pool back there. And if you don't know what an ADU is, that's like a separate unit, kind of like a mother-in-law unit. So, it would be like a kind of like a bachelor apartment, or just a very small one-bedroom apartment. Just small. So anyways, the house was beautiful, but then we went to another house that was just a few blocks away from it, but I didn't really take pictures of that because by that time, I have this thing that happened to me like maybe 2.5 months ago. I was in the bank and I was standing in line. I was going to get a box of quarters, but I was so short of time, I just couldn't stand in line anymore, and they turned and left. And I must have twisted my ankle somehow, although at the time it didn't hurt, but the next day it was killing me. And that's the only thing I can think was I just must have turned wrong on it when I was leaving the bank. Anyways, so for a couple months I have been suffering with this ankle that just kind of like doesn't want to heal. And so anyhow, so we went to this the second house, and my ankle was just done. I said, I can't go in, I just have to stay in the car. And so I did. So I don't have any pictures, but she decided that the backyard, which kind of went up a hillside, and it was a small lot, but it's just had a lot of brush up there, and she just thought, it could catch on fire, because we do have a lot of fires. And she just was like, I'm not dealing with that kind of a backyard. So then this house came up in this area where she wants to live, and I'll put pictures of it, but I'm not putting a lot of hope in it. She's got a lot of hope in it, and she's putting a bid on the house in a couple of days, but you have to understand that there's probably 30 to 50 other people putting a bid on that same house. So I just don't hold out great hope. But anyways, we went in the house. It was built in the 1950s and still has the old wallpaper up. I think the former owner actually died in the house. So, nothing's changed. The tile work in the kitchen is from the 50s. And they even left, in the living room, they left an upright grand piano. So I said to the landlady, look, if you happen to get this house, I will adopt that piano, because it looks so much like the one that I had to give up about 7 years ago. And the landlady already has a piano, so it's not like she needs two, and she could care less about the piano anyways. So she was like, oh, that's fine. So she thought that layout of the house was perfect for like different sections for her little indoor cat colonies. And plus there was a porch she could screen in. And then the garage, which is a two-car garage, but it's sort of a larger two-car garage, and it's separate from the house. But of course it's completely unfinished inside, plus a lot of the previous owner's junk is still in there. Of course that would all get cleared out, but you know, I just don't have a vision for what it would look like rebuilt, because basically it's just a shell, you know, like all garages are just a shell, but some of them are more of a shell than others. And so this one, you have the 2x4s, you know, I should know these terms, but you know, there's no insulation, but the foundation is cement and it's not cracked or anything, but obviously a lot of work would have to be done. The good thing is there is room for an attic. You know, they'd have to fix all that and make it happen. But so anyways, this is that picture of, or maybe I've already been showing you pictures, but yeah. But like I said, I don't really have a vision for it. So that's been going on. So we've looked at 3 houses so far. And then, I mean, it's really, my ankle's really been concerning me, because it feels kind of okay when I first get up in the morning, you know, because it's been resting all night. But if I wear my regular trainers, that just makes it so much worse, just walking around. Now, it gets worse if I'm driving. Doesn't hurt while I'm driving, but the moment I get out of the car, it's like, I can't even move. You just have to wait, because I'm going to limp really badly. So I thought, you know, maybe I could get a pair of sandals. I haven't had sandals for about 20 years. So I mentioned it to the landlady, and she said, okay, well, after we go visit the house again, because we went back yesterday to meet with her contractor, and she gave him a list of everything she wanted done, so she could get prices on it and all that good stuff. So we stopped by a shoe store, and it was SAS. Do you guys have SAS where you are? I don't know. I'm telling you, the most expensive pair of shoes I ever bought in my life, and because I don't really buy shoes until they wear out. But here, let me show you. And they're just sandals. But the thing is, I kind of have hobbit feet, except they're not hairy, but I have wide feet. So I can't buy women's shoes, I can only buy men's shoes. So this is what they look like. Let's see. So, yeah, just Velcro straps. So I put them on in the store and walked around, and I wasn't limping. Now, by the end of the day, I'm hurting always, but you know, it's a concern to me because I have to fly pretty soon, and I thought I'll never be able to walk with my trainers all the way down the terminal. I would just be creeping along. I'd be in so much pain. So now I'll have those. I'll be in less pain, be able to walk a little faster. And the landlady's always saying, why don't you just get a wheelchair? Maybe it's just pride, but I'm like, I don't want to be in a wheelchair going down the terminal. I can walk, but I just have to have comfortable shoes. Now, mind you, my trainers are comfortable, but not comfortable on a sprained ankle. So, and that sprain isn't like a new sprain. It is, I sprained it really, really bad in like the late 1980s. Really bad. And so it's just kind of like that old injury has reawakened, you might say. So, yeah, that's been going on. So, let's get to crochet. I showed an elephant the last time, and I said I didn't like the colors to it, so wouldn't you know, I said, okay, I'll go ahead and make another one. So I made this little peach colored one. It looks kind of pink on screen, but it's peach. And so I'll send this to my great niece instead, and I don't know what I'll do with the other one. I kind of knew the colors were a mistake, but you know, it's like once I start a project, I generally do not frog it. I'll just say, oh, keep going with it. So I've been working on that, and well, that's all done. And my cousin ordered another spring fling, which I started, let's see, a week ago Wednesday. I don't know what day in June that was. But I am more than halfway done. I'll show you sort of what I have so far. I'm just about, well, tonight I'll start turning it from an octagon into a square. I have 24 rows to do of that. And each row right now I'm over 500 stitches per row, so I do like maybe 4 to 6 rows a day. That's max. So this is what it looks like so far. You can see the middle, and I just did this butterfly row yesterday. So yeah, that's what I've been working on. Crochet, I should be done maybe a week from Wednesday. That's when I hope to have it mailed out anyways. So that's kind of what's been going on here. Of course, I live in Chinatown also, so fireworks have been going off for the past several days. And I told the landlady I am going to do all the cat litters early today, because once the sun goes down, my door's closed. I don't want to hear that booming and explosions. I do not want to hear it. So, and that's one of my little jobs around here, is I do all the cat litters in all the buildings. And so I think I have 17 cat litters to empty every night. Yeah. So, I said, yeah, have to do it before the sun goes down. Of course, that doesn't stop. Our Chinese neighbors are already shooting off fireworks, but the big boomers usually happen after the sun goes down. So I've kind of blathered on. It's almost 14 minutes here. So that's what's going on here, and I will talk to you all soon. Have a great rest of your weekend, and love you all. And please hit that like button, or that little, you know, thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.